So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. We're here with David from Calling All Astronauts today. We're going to ask you some questions. I'm going to start. What inspired you to start the band?
Right. We'd all been in a band together previously. We were in a rap metal band years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
Oh,
And we were kind of seminal in that sort of field. And we'd sold out a lot of sort of the big venues in London, all as
Hmm.
an unsigned act playing to 2,000 people and stuff like that.
oh, that's cool.
Wow.
And we opened as well for people like Faith No More and Urban Dance Squad and Pop Will Eat Itself. Lots of people,
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
And it kind of ran its course, and we all went off and did other things. And I managed Jay, the guitarist band, for ages. He was in a band called Caffeine, and they toured with Offspring, playing like arenas with Offspring
Oh,
and
shit.
Blink-182 and
Oh.
Rancid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Paul went off and joined a goth band called the Marinettes, who were headlining festivals and touring with the
Oh,
Cult
wow.
and stuff like
Oh,
that. And then I stopped managing Jay's band. I didn't see him for quite a while. And then one day I'm on a petrol station, a gas station, as you call it, and I
Hmm.
bumped into him. And we just went,
Wow.
should we make some music again?
yeah.
And we did. And my ex-wife was in the band at the start.
Okay.
And she was my ex-wife at the time. And she left to have a baby. And so we needed a bass player.
Uh-huh.
And so we just rang Paul.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's been onwards and upwards, really, because the first album is lo-fi, should we say. I'll be polite. It has its moments, but I didn't know what I was doing in production-wise.
Yeah.
Whereas the new one, which is coming up, we've had Alan Branch, who just last week got his second Grammy,
Uh-huh.
working on it with us. He came over as a mate, just to help us out. And
Oh, cool.
he's like worked with Nine Inch Nails and Depeche Mode and U2 and
Oh,
Hmm.
shit.
people like that. So it's been really fantastic. When he comes in and he'll go something like, "Yeah, I think we should put some harmonic on the kick drum and stuff like
Wow.
that. Stuff I wouldn't think of. And it was really kind of him to come over and help us mix it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. So, what
yeah.
is your writing process like?
It starts off with me programming drum tracks,
Hmm.
and I don't have any lyrics or anything in mind. I just like programming some good rhythm tracks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Then either Jay or Paul will come round, and well, they'll either. Although on this album, Jay has had a family crisis, which has been going on
Oh.
for about nearly
Uh,
2 years. His wife has been very, very ill,
uh,
and
Hmm.
so he only actually played on the first four tracks we did for the album. Paul took over guitar as well as bass,
Hmm.
but usually one of them will come over and either put a bass line down or a guitar line down, and then we build them up from there. And
Okay.
oh, cool.
usually, what we'll get a sort of rough structure, and then I'll maybe sort of write one verse and a chorus,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just copy and paste them across just to get the sort of structure of the song,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and then we just keep layering stuff on it after that because
Yeah.
we'll tend to have two bass lines playing the same, but one will be low and fat, and then there'll be another overdriven one along the top, and we'll also have a synth bass, which I often have to sidechain to
Mhm.
get it. So you've got three bass lines all at once,
That's cool. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
and then I had lots of percussion on and different keyboards out. I'm a sort of draw the keyboards type of person,
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
but Paul's an actually play the keyboards type of person. So
Okay.
I might come with some ideas, and then he'll do them properly, if you would, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Uh, and that's it basically. And then we have a great guy in Australia who masters everything for us at
Oh.
mates
Oh.
rates. So and he's done some really big names mastering, but he does us for like the absolute bare minimum just to cover his time, which is
Oh,
really cool.
nice. Yeah, that's cool.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the first song that you guys wrote as a band?
Someone Like You, which was our first single.
Okay.
Oh,
And actually, I lie. I lie. Well, you see, we did have a drummer for a short while.
Okay.
We did write a couple of tunes with Andy, but he went to be a teacher in Asia,
Okay.
and so that's when. But so when we gone all electronic without a drummer, but still a bass player and a thing,
Yeah.
is Someone Like You.
Okay.
The first one we wrote is What's So Good About,
Okay.
which also became a single. That was I think that was our third or fourth single.
Oh, okay.
But Someone Like You, which was the first single, really kind of took off for us. It was quite amazing. Because we've never been a band that's gone, look at what we've done previously. We've wanted everything to be organic.
Yeah.
And people judge us on where we are now, so we've never really pushed any of our things. But the first single came out, and within a week we were on BBC Radio 6 Music being interviewed.
Oh, that's
wow.
awesome.
And stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
So I was just blown away by that. I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. Little did I know.
So, what does the name Calling All Astronauts mean to you?
Right. We were looking at names for the band, and I kept coming up with really stupid names, like comedy names, if you would.
Yeah.
But, just while you're thinking. And then one day I picked up a newspaper, and NASA were advertising for astronauts.
Oh, wow.
And the headline was Calling All Astronauts.
Oh.
I thought, yeah. We're a bit of like, we're space cadets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I wish I had a more complex answer to it, but really, it's simple as it was a newspaper headline.
Well, yeah. It's better than some of the answers we've gotten, which is it means absolutely nothing, or like we have no backstory behind it. It just kind of happens. So
we just kind of came up with it.
Yeah. So what bands have you been listening to while you're stuck at home?
Spanish Love Songs.
Oh.
Their album is awesome.
I was supposed to see them before, and then quarantine hit. So.
Have you heard the new album then?
I haven't.
It is fantastic. It's really dark. It's really depressing.
Okay.
Even if it's not minor chords, it is really depressing if you listen to the lyrical content. But it's really up.
Yeah.
I've got a weird story about them because Steve, who was my best man at my wedding, we went out. It was for his birthday, just about a week before the lockdown happened.
Yeah.
And he's a booking agent. And I tip hands to him from time to time. We go, have you heard this? Have you heard that? And I mentioned Spanish Love Songs to him, and he went, that's weird. Because he's also Papa Roach's agent.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
And one of Papa Roach's crew is the brother of one of Spanish Love Songs. Oh. And I've been talking to him about them just that week.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that a small world?
Yeah, that's a small world.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I've been listening to that. I've been catching up on bands who've had albums out and I've missed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a We Are Scientists album that I hadn't listened to. There's a Marilyn Manson album I hadn't listened to. Things like that.
Yeah, just catching up.
Also, I'm an A&R man for Supersonic Media, and we're a publishing company as well. we only release our records, but we used to release records by other. But we have a fantastic global network of sub publishers, and
Yeah.
so we publish people. So I've been listening to a lot of demos.
Okay.
Mhm.
A lot of demos. In fact, I've offered publishing deals to a couple of people so far this week.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
And we work with BMG and Red Brick and Peer Music. We work with a lot of the really big publishers, so it's good to help. We like to work with self-releasing artists.
Mhm.
Because it's a good way. We like the DIY ethic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, if I can help them with their release plan, if you would, on their records,
Mhm.
but they keep the on the master recordings. We just don't on the publishing type thing, and we give them very fair deals,
Okay.
and it's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm quite critical of some demos. I hate it when people send me these rap demos that have N words and bitch in them and
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
And I wrote back to one guy. I said, when you decide to stop disrespecting Rosa Parks, send me another demo.
Oh.
Wow.
I just found it really offensive. You know, you're my N word bitch in the opening line.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's
Wow.
unnecessary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I get
definitely.
And I'm not saying I don't like some hip hop records that have the N word in.
Mhm.
I'm a big NWA fan, a big Public Enemy fan.
Mhm.
I loved Tim Dog, and he oh God rest his soul, and he used it all the time. But it was genuine when those people used it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of modern rappers, it's just gratuitous,
Yeah.
it's exploitative, and I'm not a fan of modern hip hop at all. Even if I love old school.
Yeah.
I went
Mhm.
to see Chuck D's band not long ago. Although they've split now, haven't they? But Prophets of Rage, they were the best band I saw last year.
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
Wait, because it was basically Rage Against the Machine plus Chuck D and Be Real.
Mhm.
Unbelievable. The only gig I went to last year where I didn't go out to have a cigarette somewhere during the show.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. So where were we?
Cool. I have another question. So,
Yeah.
have you been working on any new projects while you're stuck in quarantine?
Yes. Third album, which is called #Resist,
Okay.
is out
Ooh.
in the first week of June, and so we've been doing all the PR. We've just had Give Them a Leader out. We've got the second single, Welcome to the Black Block,
Uh-huh.
out at the end of May, and it leads on to the new album coming out in first week of June. And so I have been busy on promo.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
all
I
over
haven't been
Twitter.
writing any. If I haven't been writing any new stuff, but I've been working like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got quite a few ideas for new stuff. We've got one project that I can't talk about, but it's going to be very interesting if it comes to fruition. But there'll be another proper Calling All Astronauts album that we'll start working on shortly.
Awesome.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's the new album is I hate to, I know it's not false modesty, but I don't like bigging our stuff up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a humble type person, but
Mhm.
I think the new album's a masterpiece.
Awesome. Oh.
Yeah, be
Ooh.
proud of your work.
Yeah, be proud of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Hell
always
yeah.
proud of everything, but I just like to say, we're three dodgy old blokes who happen to make some music that some people like. You know.
Yeah.
I don't like people who are full of themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like on Twitter. I think people reckon we're the only band that replies to every tweet we ever receive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I think more people follow us on Twitter for the actual account than our music.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
guys have a ton of Twitter followers.
Mhm.
Like, wow.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, well, yeah. We've got over 800,000, haven't we? I think.
y-
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
but I call out fascists and racists and
Yeah.
homophobes and xenophobes and transphobes and every you know. I'm just the one who tell them what they are.
yeah,
Mhm.
It's
yeah,
like that.
yeah. They deserve it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
they do. That's something. How you can perhaps tell me about America? How come all the metropolitan areas, everybody's like kind of normal, and then you just get all these people from like rednecks from weird, nowhere
Yeah,
near.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all like living in 1935 or something.
I think it's the area. Like they're just
Yeah.
kind of out of it down in the south. Like no offense to anybody listening from down in the south, but like they're a little out of it out in like the Midwest and down in the south. You know.
It is very bizarre.
Yeah.
We were where were we going? Yeah, we were going to the Hoover Dam one day,
Mhm.
and we stopped in this little town.
Ooh.
I think it's called Boulder, Arizona, or something. It's not Colorado.
Okay.
Mhm.
Which is right next door, but and I was looking in this like really weird gift shop.
Mhm.
Like I don't know, they might have had stuffed otters' heads on the wall or whatever.
Oh wow.
It was really odd. And the
Mhm.
guy in there goes to me, "So where you from?" And I said London, and he went, "Oh, do you mean Londonistan?"
Huh?
Huh?
My head just started spinning, and my my wife kind of dragged me out of the store before I kicked off and got shot.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Like,
Holy
I
shit!
was like,
Wow.
how offensive could you be?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't, I don't get it.
and
Yeah.
and these people seem to think because we've got a Muslim mayor, we'll have our prayer mats and we have to pray to Mecca every day or something.
Yeah,
Mm.
They're just mental, And
Yeah.
if I've told them I've got two Muslim sisters,
they,
they just wouldn't be able to deal with it. But
yeah,
my two stepsister-in-laws are both Muslims. I did that one day when there's a particularly bout of Islamophobia on Twitter.
hmm
I
Mhm.
posted a picture with my niece,
hmm
and I gone, my niece is a Muslim. Does she look like a fucking terrorist?
yeah,
Do you
Mm.
know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just like
Yeah.
uh, it bothers me. It upsets me. You
yeah,
know,
Yeah. Definitely.
like I like nice people, whatever race, color, creed, religion, sexual orientation they are. But
Mhm.
assholes can just jog on wherever they're from.
yeah.
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 Definitely.
Agreed. Um, so what's your favorite part of being in the music industry?
The creative part.
Okay,
Mhm.
I really love making music.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
What specific part of it then?
just when you especially when when you're producing your own records,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and the whole creative process. It's just like a painter painting.
Yeah.
hmm
Uh, that's the great bit. The will people like it? Could this be the record we recoup on?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because there's no money in being an independent artist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We worked out to get living wage for the amount of time we spent on this new album.
Mhm.
We'd have to get like 2.5 billion streams.
Oh my God.
Well.
Yeah, because streaming pays nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I added up every stream we've got the other day, and it comes to like about 500,000 streams. Which, when you consider we don't get on any of the big playlists
Yeah.
Mhm.
because we're not on a major label, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but there's no money there, and
Mhm.
we will sell, which will pay for the mastering and stuff. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
there isn't really any money in making it anymore. So you've got to do it for the love of making music, and I really love making music.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, what artists, when you create music, are your biggest inspiration?
Oh, I think I take inspiration from absolutely every record I ever listened to,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
whether it be I don't want to sound like that, or I love how that record sounds, or even trying to work out how the production techniques on records.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I wouldn't say I'm a David Guetta fan,
Mhm.
but if you listen to that song Titanium, the production on it is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where it drops down, the perceived volume of the vocal is enormous, and yet it's actually really quiet.
Yeah.
And things like that really influenced me, how they've done these things. Musically, really influenced by uh, a lot of the 80s alternative people
Mm-hmm.
who, although some of them are still going today, but Sister Mercy and New Order and Psychedelic Furs and Bowie and Ministry and Revolting Cocks and
Mm-hmm.
Nine Inch Nails and
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know
yeah, yeah.
we are heavily influenced musically from all, but we've tried to make it a modern sounding version
Yeah.
of all those.
Yeah, I
A bit
noticed
like,
that
Yeah.
when I was listening. Yeah.
Yeah, me
yeah,
too.
a bit kind of like She Wants Revenge does, or Mindless Self-Indulgence, who
Mm-hmm.
you know where your influence is proudly,
Mhm.
but make it your own modern version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, I think that's a fair enough description of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your first concert, and do you think seeing live music as a whole has influenced how you present the band on stage now?
Uh, my first concert. My first concert was the now disgraced Gary Glitter.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was mortified when Green Day. Well, they didn't sample him, but they sampled Joan Jett's version of a Gary Glitter song
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
recently. It's not very good, that album. I shouldn't say that about people. It really isn't. That latest Green Day album.
Oh, Father of
Oh,
All.
yeah.
Yeah, we
I
sat here and
wholeheartedly
trashed
agree.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not their best.
It's only like 30 minutes long, and you feel like you've been listening for 2 hours.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I was still on Shane. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, this
Her-
song, this is so, it's.
Yeah, her and I
don't
listened.
Like to,
Yeah, her and I listened to the leak together, and we were like, "Wow, that was not good." After listening to it a couple of times, I was able to see I was able to find some good parts of it. I haven't come back to it since I listened to it the last time to talk about it on the podcast, but I saw some decent parts of it.
yeah. I've only listened to
You've
it
been
once.
far more forensic than I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really couldn't find anything redeeming about it apart from the Joan Jett sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I just didn't like it.
No,
wasn't good.
Well, what was I answering then before I got on to that?
First concert, and do you think seeing live music as a whole has
yes.
influenced?
Yeah, I've been to a phenomenal amount of concerts, really, and I've seen some fantastic things as support acts as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I couldn't actually count how many shows I've been to. You know,
Okay.
I saw Queen as a support act.
Oh
What?
shit! Whoa!
Yeah.
You saw Queen?
As a support act.
They were supporting Mott the Hoople.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
I saw Nirvana first on the bill with Tad and Mudhoney.
Oh my
Holy
god!
shit.
You know, I have been to
You've seen
I have been to
like
shitloads of shows.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit!
Uh,
Wow.
you know, if you think I've seen Offspring 31 times alone.
Holy
oh my
shit!
God.
Wow. And I thought seeing like one band 3 times was like, whoa, holy shit! And then this guy's like
Whoa.
Offspring 31 times.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I've seen Biffy Clyro 29 times.
Holy shit!
Wow.
I've seen Editors probably 15 times, maybe more.
Jesus
I
Christ.
But I used to. There was a stage where I would often go to like a main venue show
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
then to a club gig afterwards.
Oh.
Wow.
So you'd be seeing 2 bands a night,
Yeah.
and I've been very fortunate to have been people have put me on guest lists.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've had a life. I've had a life of being on guest lists for shows.
Yeah.
So I've gone to a lot of shows that if I'd had to pay for, I wouldn't have been able to afford to go to that many gigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at festivals, I go around trying to see as many people as possible,
Mhm.
unless there's somebody I really want to see. Then I'll make a beeline and watch the whole of their set. I'll
Yeah.
watch 4 or 5 numbers, and then move on to somebody else.
Yeah.
And think if I like them, yeah, I'll go and see them indoors somewhere or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've always been impressed by people who are really tight live or have real lot of attitude.
Mhm.
I remember seeing Sepultura as a support band.
Oh shit.
Wow.
They were opening for a band called Sodom
Uh-huh.
in
Mhm.
800 capacity venue. It was the first UK show. And the whole audience left after they'd finished.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Ouch.
And
Ah,
uh,
yeah.
Sodom never played the UK for 20 years after that.
Wow.
They
Shit.
refused to come back here. But Sepultura just blew me away. It was just so tight. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really like tight bands. We got System of a Down,
Mhm.
fantastic live. Even if you're not that massive a fan of the music, you know,
Yeah.
I probably couldn't name more than about 3 or 4 songs by them. But
Mhm.
watching them live, just phenomenally tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fun Loving Criminals, another band who are really, really, really tight.
Mhm.
I like really good musicians as well.
Okay.
You know, like the guys from Living Colour.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know, like Doug Wimbish's previous bands, people like Tackhead and Mark Stewart and the Mafia and all that stuff he did with our new sound, like
Mhm.
which was after Sugar Hill Gang.
Mhm.
And you know, I just stand there watching him play bass, going, "Awesome, awesome."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to work because there's only 3 of us on stage, and there is a lot of playback, for want of a better word, you know. But when you've got like 8 guitar tracks on a track, keyboards, and complex rhythms,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you don't have a drummer and you don't have a keyboard player on stage,
Mhm.
we're not pretending that people are doing it. You know,
Yeah.
it's the only way
Mhm.
we can actually do the live show. So just 3 of you there, even if those 2 are going mental, I kind of do stand static into the John Lydon-esque, if you would, and staring at
Mhm.
the audience.
Mhm.
And we're working out ways of doing back projections and synchronizing with all our videos and all that
Oh.
Mhm.
for upcoming shows.
Yeah.
If we ever get out of lockdown, that
Yeah. If and when that is. Yeah.
is. Are you tightly locked down?
Tightly locked down.
I'm locked down.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Like
still
I've been
going
locked down
out.
for the past month.
I'm considered like an essential worker, so I work a couple days a week.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty much staying home.
Yeah.
And you have 2 doggies.
Huh?
And you have 2 doggies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at your dogs on the picture.
Oh, those are. Yeah. That's not me.
Is it not?
No, that's an artist I listen to.
Uh,
Yeah, I have one dog though, so
yeah.
yeah.
My daughter keeps asking me to get a dog,
You should.
and I, I miss my dog. I had a Polish sheepdog,
Mm-hmm.
and she died of old age. But
Oh,
when I think that I've got to start nappy training soon, potty training soon,
yeah.
Mhm.
a 2-year-old, and could I deal with puppy training and potty training at the same
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds a bit much. Yeah, maybe wait a little bit.
Just a bit.
Maybe just a little bit. So, if you could go to any show, past or present, which show would you go to? It doesn't have to be a show that you've been to already. It could be like literally any show ever.
Uh, a real one that actually happened, or
A real
or a
one.
pardon,
A real one. Yeah.
a real one. You've got to think either Isle of Wight Festival with Jimi Hendrix and Leonard Cohen, etc., playing,
Hmm.
or even Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yes.
My father-in-law is one of the world's biggest Woodstock fans.
Yeah.
He collects and collects and collects. He's just about to get hold of this. Now I don't know what it is. It's something stupid like 80 CD set
Mhm.
of every act set from Woodstock.
Oh.
Hmm.
Now he's a bit of an obsessive,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't mind going to that just to tell him I've been, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Rubbing in his face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a massive Doors and Beatles fan,
Okay.
Hmm.
and I tell him that they're both overrated all the time.
I don't disagree. Yeah. I mean, especially the Beatles, but okay.
Yeah. I'm not a big
I
Beatles
don't-
fan.
I'm not saying the Beatles didn't write any good songs,
Mhm.
but if
Yeah.
I ever have to see Paul McCartney doing Hey Jude for 20 minutes on some opening of Olympics or whatever, I'll probably kill myself.
Oh my god.
We watched that film last week, that Yesterday.
Oh. Mm.
The hype was better than the film.
Really?
Oh.
It
Yeah,
was
I
alright.
haven't seen it.
It's an okay film.
Mm-hmm.
They could have mentioned it was a rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I probably wouldn't have
Good to
watched
know.
it if I'd have known it was a rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was okay. It wasn't. I wouldn't be rushing to watch it a second time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah.
It's fair.
But then again, I don't watch many films now. A
Yeah.
second time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watch old films a second time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but no. That's
Oh.
very disappointing, isn't it? The way the movie scene has gone.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
The remaking everything. What is it?
Yeah.
The remaking, or they have remade Dune?
Mm.
Yeah.
How? Why?
I don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. They,
Yeah.
they remade Lion King.
The original, yeah, it's out there. It's obtuse. But it's grandiose and spectacular,
Mm-hmm.
and isn't all CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing can typically beat the original.
No. And they're doing it with loads though now, aren't they? It's like they've run out of ideas.
Yeah, they're running out of ideas, so they're remaking movies that are like not even 10 years old, 20 years
Yeah.
old. Like it's pathetic.
It's really sad to see how it's going so far.
I got into watching lots of those. That guy Michael Cera,
Mm-hmm.
because he makes nice films.
Yeah, he
like
does. He
real
does.
life, like Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Yeah.
What a fantastic film that is! It's just great.
Uh-huh.
But then I came across the Crystal Fairy film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an hour and 45 minutes of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's
Wow.
how it is, you know.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah.
That is the worst film I've ever seen.
Ouch.
Ouch.
It really, no, it's worse than Hudson Hawk.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worse than Mamma Mia.
Oh.
Well, I haven't seen that. So I can't really speak on that.
You're like offended.
No, it's just I've heard so many good things about Mamma Mia, so I feel like I should like it, even though I haven't seen it, and I hate musicals. So it's just like I was like, oh my god, and then I was like, wait a second, I have nothing attached to it. So.
It makes Tim Burton's Sweeney Todd
Mhm.
look amazing.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, and nobody has ever got through more than about 15 minutes of Sweeney Todd yet.
oh my god.
Uh-oh. Now you gotta go watch it.
It's that bad. I think a fantastic film that I saw sometime last year. It's called By the Meinhof Complex, and it's in German, and it's about 3.5 hours long, and it's all about the By the Meinhof terror group.
Yeah.
But it's one of those films where you're reading the subtitles and you get so engrossed.
Yeah.
If you look away at your phone or something for a second, you go, "Oh, what's happening? I can't understand what."
Yeah.
You forget that you're reading the subtitles, and you're just gripped with it.
Yeah, I get that.
Absolutely fantastic film, and I think it typifies that late '60s, early '70s when people thought they were going to change the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing changed at all for, Paris student rights in '68. They were Brigati Rossi in Italy and etc.
Yeah.
People thought punk rock was going to change the world.
And, yeah. Look at where we are now. Yeah.
We're still here.
Still here.
And now we've got Cardi B.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh god.
What if we have Doja Cat?
Glory. And yeah, Doja Cat and Cardi B are going to change the world now. First it was Green Day, and now they're dropping Father of All. So
God.
let's see how that went.
We saw that guy. We didn't watch very much of him. Travis Scott.
Yeah. Oh wow, our reactions are very different.
He was so
Yeah.
bad.
What?
So bad.
Huh?
We were looking for him actually backstage.
Uh-huh.
He's really quite the homophobe.
Yeah, you wanted to bully him.
Oh. I was not aware of that.
He had a trans model taken off his album sleeve.
Oh. I was not aware of that.
There's video footage of him playing a gay club shouting, "You're all
Oh.
Me and my mate Clifton, and we were walking around backstage looking for him. Clifton's like, 22 stone, Afro-Caribbean descent type guy, big guy, yeah. And he was going to get hold the camera while I went up to Travis Scott to go, "Excuse me, but we're all here."
Yeah.
I know he's very popular there, but nah, not for me.
Yeah. Most of the rap isn't for me, so I try to stay away from all that.
Pimp. What's that all about?
Oh, Lil Pump or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I don't get the hype behind him or most of the rappers. Like I just don't. I don't get the hype.
Migos.
I don't get the hype.
The joke isn't funny by the time the song's finished.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, the joke wasn't funny to begin with. That's the problem.
No, I know. Shocking. I despair. When I look at all this sort of, and I love 60s soul and Motown and Northern soul.
Yeah.
And I love reggae and old hip hop.
Yeah.
And I look at the history of black music, of funk and George Clinton and Irma and Aretha Franklin and everybody. And I look at the crap that is being tried to sold to people now.
Yeah.
and you're going, it's like, look at your heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You gave the world rock and roll.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And now Little
And now
Pump
we
is
have
selling out
Mother Rock.
arenas or whatever. So,
Have you ever seen that video? I can't remember her name. Sister somebody. The world's first rock and roll guitarist is a nun.
I
Oh yeah, I think I saw that on Twitter.
She's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I wish I could remember her name because I would drop it and say, everybody should check her out. But
Mhm.
if you look for the rock and roll nun,
all right.
it's phenomenal.
So, what are the top 3 songs for you to perform live?
Excuse me. Time to Fight Back is always a good one.
Mhm.
I would say I'm looking forward to some of the ones off the new album.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm looking forward to playing Welcome to the Black Log
Mhm.
Okay.
because it's got this breakdown in the chorus where I sound like Peter Murphy from Bauhaus,
Ooh.
Mhm.
and I say, what is it? Fight fire with fire, an eye for an eye. Fight violence with violence. Fascism must die. But it's in a very Peter Murphy type
Mhm.
voice
Yeah.
when I do it, and I'm looking forward to doing that live.
Yeah.
Live terrifies me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I suffer very badly with nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot of it because we've got to be so tight because because we have a lot of things playing back.
Yeah.
You can't like miss the start of a verse and then go round once before you come in.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
You've just got to be dead on every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Time to Fight Back. Divisive off the second album. I like doing live. It's just a big, heavy groove.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's another track called "Not in My Name," which is on the new album,
Okay.
which is very much. It's another sort of metal drum and bass track, like Time
Ooh.
to Fight Back is.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to playing that. Like I like doing the really noisy ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Big heavy bass groove and sort of things. Popstar might be funny, but I think it's good. There's a track on the new album. It's called 15 Minutes, but the working title was Popstar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but
Yeah.
I've almost gone for this like 80s LA rock and roll vocal on it. A bit like Faster Pussycat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that would absolutely kill my voice doing it live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm going, you think you're perfect, like that, that type of
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get that.
thing, and
That type of energy.
it's gonna be really hard to do that
Mm-hmm.
regularly. Because I'm a firm believer in finding where your range is and singing with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That way you don't get sore throats or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people do. I hear that a lot, on demos. You can hear that people are struggling to sing where they're singing, and you think, well, why don't you find a place where you can sing comfortably and your performance will be better?
Yeah.
It's common sense, but not everybody gets it.
Yeah.
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 So, what is your dream venue to play in? Like when you finally step out on stage and you look out and you're like, "Oh shoot, I made it." What venue is that for you?
I'd love to do Wembley Arena.
Ooh.
Jay
right.
played. Jay, our guitarist, when I was looking after his band Caffeine, they played there with Offspring and AFI.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It really, it just felt, as you say, we've arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went on there to maybe 8,000 people or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But indoors, I think it's 12. I think at the time it was probably 12,000 or 11,000 capacity, but it was pretty full when they went on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it was just awesome. Although we got fined by the venue for handing out flyers.
Oh,
Stuff.
Ouch.
We're DIY punk rock band, yeah.
yeah.
But they threatened to withhold all our merchandise unless we paid them £500 fine
Wow.
Yeah.
for
That's
just
not-
handing out flyers.
yeah,
And
just
then,
handing out a piece of paper.
it was
Mhm.
funny that before we did Wembley Arena, we'd done the Glasgow SECC 2 days earlier,
Okay.
and the people from Wembley had been there watching the show,
Mhm.
and they came up to me and said, "You tell your band they do not stage dive at Wembley, or we're going to find you." So we'd been warned we were going to be fined.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they actually, they all stage dived at an arena show. Nobody ever does that, do they? But
Mhm.
Mhm.
they did. It's quite funny. It used to happen everywhere. We nearly got arrested in Ireland because nobody had told us that stage diving was illegal there.
Oh.
Oh.
Because somebody had dived at a show and somebody died.
Oh.
And
Oh.
they banned it, and
Uh-huh.
nobody had told us. And I had the promoter screaming at me in Dublin.
Oh.
Crazy because we staged dive. But if nobody tells you,
Yeah, you don't
how are
know.
you supposed to know? You're not,
Yeah.
I'm not psychic.
Yeah. So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
Oh, have I lost you?
Oh, yeah, you cut out.
Oh. So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
Probably just doing the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Upsetting the far right on Twitter,
Uh-huh.
complaining about the government,
Yeah.
complaining that there's homeless, complaining that kids haven't enough to eat,
Mhm.
complaining that the elderly aren't being looked after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I can't see anything changing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just doing the same thing.
You know, you might be all right in the US. You know, because Trump's coming out of this so badly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know, Biden may not be perfect,
Yeah.
Mm.
but he's more perfect than Trump.
Yeah.
You know, and he wouldn't have been my first choice for you.
Mhm.
Mm.
You know, I think Elizabeth Warren would have been the perfect choice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Personally, I don't think Bernie could have won the election because he might get the youth vote,
Mm.
but he also pisses off too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Elizabeth Warren, she's shown to be a strong woman in the House and all that, and I think she would have been my choice. But hey, I can understand Biden.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People know what they're getting,
Yeah.
and it can appeal to some of the left of the Republican vote, people who want to make money, but have some sort of social conscience.
Yeah.
He can appeal to those people, whereas Bernie wouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know. How I should be commentating on American politics, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm just interested in it. Obviously, you know what I mean. It's like I can't comment on things if I don't do my research.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
You know, there's a track on the new album that we'll be releasing at US election time called "Divided States of America."
Oh.
Oh, wow.
It's,
That's actually a pretty clever name. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bit of a comment on the orange one.
Yeah.
Mm. So for the last questions, we're going to be shifting away from music. So
Yeah.
we're going to start with this one. If you're on death row, what would your last meal be and why?
I'm going to have to explain this to you.
Oh.
Okay.
See, I'm from the north of England,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and people think we're common up there, but we're not. We're just real. We enunciate properly. I live in the south, I live in London now, but
Yeah.
but we have a thing in Lancashire, where I'm from, called the chip shop.
Mm-hmm.
And chips are like fat fries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your hand-cut ones, not those reconstituted vegetable things that McDonald's or whatever call fries.
Mm.
Potatoes that are cut, and each one's about the size of your finger, type of thing.
Yeah.
And we have these
Wow.
things in Lancashire called a chip shop. We have them all over England, but
Mm-hmm.
and in the chip shop they sell a meat and potato pie,
Wow.
which is a pie that has slices of potato in it and onion and lamb and sort of a bit of juice type thing, but they're fantastic. You grow there, and then so you'd have chips, meat and potato pie,
Mm-hmm.
mushy peas,
Uh-huh.
and that's marifat. They're kind of made out of marifat peas, but it looks like guacamole, but it's peas.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'd have that, and then you'd have gravy, but English gravy, which is nothing like American gravy.
Okay.
I've had that gravy and biscuits. No, I didn't like it.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, it's not good. But English gravy is like, say you're making a roast beef or something,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the stock come out and you make gravy out of it, a sauce out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sort of thing they sell in the chip shop. So
Yeah.
I'd have meat potato pie, chips, peas, and gravy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very simple, man,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you
Yeah.
live? I cut out again? I swear
Yeah,
to
you
God.
cut out.
Yeah.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Blade Runner.
Okay.
Blade
Oh,
Runner.
okay. All right.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Although the city of the movie of Judge Dredd was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people who were in that because they filmed it in London, and they went to the Slimelight to recruit a load of goths to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I know a load of people in that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But Blade Runner, what a city to walk around in.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the last question, and probably the most important question we're going to ask you. What is
Yeah.
your favorite color?
Until they invented darker colour, it will always be black.
Okay.
Black?
Good.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
So that's all the questions we have. Is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah, we've got the single Give 'Em a Leader out now. We've got Welcome to the Black Block coming out on the last Friday in May.
Mhm.
And the new album, #Resist, is out on the first Friday of June.
Awesome.
Find us on Twitter, find us in Facebook, find us on YouTube, find us on Spotify, find us on Deezer, whatever.
Mhm.
We're on them all. Every one of them, yeah.
All right.
And if you're offended by the C-bomb, don't find us on Twitter.
Okay. Well, this has been David from Calling All Astronauts, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.